shout amen.
Amen.
So here, beginning the reading of God's holy word, Matthew 16 and 17 through 18. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Go with me now to Luke's Gospel, the 22nd chapter, and we're going to read the 31st through the 32nd verse. If you have it, say amen.
Amen.
If you need a minute, say wait. Amen. Amen. Here's the beginning of the reading of God's holy word. Verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen the brethren. If I could take a title today, it would be Strengthen Me. Strengthen Me. If I could maybe give you a subtitle, you know, I've got to be a little complicated today. You got to bear with me. But a subtitle would be Broken for Purpose. Broken for Purpose. Look at your neighbor and tell him, broken, but not in vain. I'm broken for purpose. Knowing the story of Peter and what he did against the Lord, I have often asked myself the question, Pastor, what's the difference between Peter and Judas? You know, they both did him wrong, you know. The revelation in our texts answers the question thoroughly. The answer is faith and purpose. Looking at Peter's circumstance in Matthew, we see that Jesus has changed Peter's name from Simon to Peter. He calls him blessed and prophesies to him, saying his church will be built on the principle that Peter has exhibited or exemplified. Jesus is not saying that he is going to build the church on Peter. He's saying, I'm going to build the church on what Peter has exemplified. He was saying, who do men say that I am? And Peter began to call out. Everybody was saying, some say you're Elijah, and some say you're a prophet. But Peter, out of nowhere, seemingly says, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus quickens in his mortal body and says, flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto you, but it was my Father in heaven. And I say unto thee this day, Simon Bar-Jonah, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church. He prophesies over Peter's life and says, if you continue to exemplify this kind of faith, the church will be built on this kind of faith, and the very gates of hell shall not be able to prevail against it. Didn't say that the gates of hell would not try, just said they would not be able to prevail against it. Now, if I didn't preach anything else to you today, that's enough to shout off of right there and then. I'm coming here to tell you today that if you exemplify the faith that Peter has exemplified, the very gates of hell shall not be able to prevail against you. Is there anybody in this room today that came in here with some faith to say, Lord, you are the Christ, Son of the living God, and I don't care what comes, come hell or high water, sink or swim, live or die, you are the Christ, Son of the living God. I feel like preaching now. Son of the living God. And Jesus says the gates of hell shall not be able to prevail. Something about a prophecy that speaks to the well-being of our future makes us want to dance. Something about it makes us want to look up and live. Something about a tangible prophecy that speaks to a secure future in Him that makes us want to go on and see what the end is going to be. We find ourselves in a bit of a conundrum here, because in Luke, Jesus speaks to the same man whose name has already been changed and says, Simon, Simon. After he changed his name to Peter, says, Simon, Simon, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. Isn't that something? How you just got a prophecy that your future is secure, but now Jesus, the same Jesus, is talking to you saying the devil wants to have you, and the devil wants to sift you as wheat. I kind of just talked to a few people in here that need to understand a little bit about their process. I come to tell you that it is the process and that it is the plan of God to break you. And we don't have to talk about being broken, but I came to tell you that if you're anybody in the kingdom of God, if you're somebody that's anybody, then you got to be broken one way or another at some point in your life. At some point in your walk with Jesus, you're going to have to be broken. But I come to tell you that God has caused us to rest assured that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. I know you're broken now, and I know you don't like it now, but what God is getting ready to do in the midst of your brokenness is going to absolutely blow your mind. You can't be a leader if you haven't been broken. You can't be exalted in God if you haven't been broken. You want to be elevated, you got to be broken. You want to be exalted, you got to be broken. You want to come up in God, you got to be broken. I'm preaching right now. My text has been taken. The prophecy has come forth. And now Jesus is saying, Peter, you're getting ready to go through something that is going to be humiliating. You're getting ready to go through something that's going to tear you down. That's going to want to tear you down. You're getting ready to go through something that's going to humble you. You're getting ready to go through something that's going to break the very being that you've allowed yourself to become in me. And he's saying, I'm not going to leave it like this. He said, Satan hath desired to have you, sift you as wheat. There is hope in the text, however. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We're almost finished this morning. Isn't it something when God tells you about your future and it sounds so great, it's motivational, it's encouraging, it's edifying, makes you feel as though you're on the right track. And if I were Peter, knowing me, I would have gotten a little ahead of myself. I would have felt as though I had it made. I might have felt as though I had arrived. Well, did you hear what Jesus said about me?
Talking.
Did you hear?
The word.
Careful how you speak to me. The gates of hell shall not prevail against me. Careful how you handle me now. See, I've exemplified some faith that has prompted a response from Jesus. But in the same Jesus that told him the gates of hell would not prevail. Did you hear that? The gates of hell won't prevail. And then Satan desires to have you. The king of hell wants to have you, but the gates of hell will not prevail. It was the faith in which Peter had spoken that prompted his elevation onto a new level. I've been saying this for the past 3 weeks. For every level, there's a new devil. You're going to have to deal with what's going on this new level. although all throughout Jesus' ministry on earth you see the greatest miracles being performed as a result of the faith of those who received them. So the captain whose faith said, send the word only, Lord, and my son will be healed. The woman who suffered with the issue of blood for 12 long years, who says, Lord, I've got the faith enough to not even disturb your travel, not to disturb where you're going, not to disturb your ministry. If I could just touch the hem of your... Can I just pause there for just a moment? Our text is not the issue with the woman with the issue of blood, but can I just tell you something, a nice little fun fact for you? This woman knew what she was doing. She was aiming for the hem. It was not a happenstance. She was not saying, if I could just accidentally, if I reach for him and accidentally touch the hem, then I'll be healed. She was saying, I don't want to touch him, I just want the hem. Her faith said, whatever's in him is in the clothes. It's in the hem. So the faith, and throughout his ministry, Jesus is constantly saying, according to your faith, be it unto you. Your faith has made you whole. So all throughout biblicity, you see different circumstances where people's faith has caused them to be elevated, have caused them to be made whole, caused them to be healed, caused them to be triumphant over whatever was oppressing them. The lame man who lay by the pools of Bethesda. I mean, example after example after example. Your miracle is going to be the result of not only having faith, but confessing that faith. Your miracle is predicated on acting on what you know. Oh, saints, I need you to help me preach. It's one thing to know what you know. To know what you see. But it's another thing to act on what you know. There is a difference between fact and truth. I'm almost finished. We're getting ready to get back to the text in just a moment or two. But I said there's a difference between fact and truth. The fact is, you ain't got no money right now. That's fact. But the truth is, God is a provider. Y'all gonna mess with me, I feel like preaching it here today. The fact is, you're sick in your body. But the truth, the truth is that God is a healer. I feel this thing stirring up in my belly now. The fact of the matter is, you can't see your way out of the circumstance. But the truth is, he's a way maker. And when there seems to be no way, he makes a way. And not only does he make a way, but then he shows you the way. And then he doesn't stop at showing you the way. He goes the way with you. You know why? Because he is the way. I feel like shouting here today. I want you to know there's a difference between the facts that you see and the truth that you ought to have hidden in your heart. Peter said the fact is, everybody doesn't know who you are. But the truth is, you're the Christ, Son of the living God. I'm preaching to myself here. Your name is Peter now. Your name is Peter now. Gates of hell. I'm going to build. This is a rock that I'm going to build my church on. This faith. But now, Peter, Satan desires to have you, man. Wants to jack you up, dude. He wants to ruin you. He wants to take you down. He desires to have you, my brother. Not just have you in his possession. He wants to own you. And he wants to sift you as wheat. Sister Ellen, my mama used to bake cakes here and there. She used to have this thing called a sifter. See, that's what when I read the text the first time, I thought that We were talking about the sifter. The devil wants to put me in a container and press the handle and sift me. All right, y'all talking about the old crowd that did. See, my mother was modern. See, it was a container, put the flour down in there, and the handle had something you could squeeze. See, what y'all talking about? We're talking about manual sifting. She had an automatic. So I began to realize, the more I studied Doctor, that he wasn't talking about that kind of sifting, a whole different kind of sifting. I want to break it down to you very quickly, and then we can all go down from this place shouting. Is that all right? The devil desires to have you that he may sift you as wheat. Now, agricultural language. Jesus often used agricultural language to bring across his points with more clarity to those to whom he was speaking. And he said, I know what I'll use. I'll use something that you know. I'll use something that you have to do throughout your life every day so that you can understand what I'm trying to say to you in the spirit. As it is in the natural, so it is in the spiritual. He says, Satan desires to have you that he may sift you as wheat. Can I break it down very quickly to you? Are you with me this morning? He says, Peter, think about wheat. See, in those days, well, still, wheat grows along with something called the tare. See, the tare and the wheat grow together. The wheat is what everybody needs. The tare is something that's not good. All right? But unfortunately, they grow together. You can't get wheat without tare. Goodness gracious. And so there was a process called minnowing or sifting. And I want to break down this sifting process to you very quickly. I'm trying to do it under some composure because, you know, I already know where I'm going with this. And I want to shout right now. But here is the process. The wheat and the tare grow together, and what would have to happen is the harvesters would have to come and pluck up the wheat with the tare. And they had to pluck it up by the roots. So when you pick up the roots, they had all kinds of dirt and pebbles and worms and all that kind of stuff on it. And so then they had to shake it. Oh God. They had to shake it. And after they shook it, they had to smack it up against things to loosen up all of the fallow things, that fallow ground that was attached to the wheat and the tare. I come to tell you that the devil thinks that he has you by shaking your life. The devil thinks he has you by smacking you up against circumstances and beating you down. But the Bible says that the very gates of hell shall not prevail against you. Now, if that's not enough, missionary, the process is not over. After they finish shaking the wheat and the tare, they get what is known as a threshing floor. I keep this thing all burning down in my soul this afternoon. They would get a threshing floor, and what would happen is it was a big white kind of sheet kind of thing, and they would throw the wheat with the tare attached to the roots down on the threshing floor, and they would get 4 gentlemen, one on this corner, one on that corner, one on this corner, one on that corner, and they would have to do this on a windy day. You ain't ready for this. Lord have mercy, I ain't hardly ready for it myself. But then what they would do is they would yoke up an oxen. And what happened, mother, is they would bring the oxen to stamp on the wheat and the tare. And I don't know if there's anybody in here today that feels like at some point or another you've been stomped on. By life, by life's circumstances, by the things that happen in our life. Sometimes it feels like we're just being stomped on, and nobody's giving care to how we feel, and nothing is giving care to how we have to go through this process. And it seems like God doesn't care that we're in pain. It seems like God doesn't care that we're in sorrow and that we're hurting. But God says, don't you worry. All things work together for the good of his Shama, for the good of them that love the Lord and are Jesus said, no, man. Satan decides to have you that he may sift you as wheat. Minister, he says, after the oxen have stomped on the wheat and the tare. See, what happens is the stomping separates the wheat from the tare. You've been growing with this thing attached to you all this time. You've been growing with this thing attached to your life all these years, and so long now that you don't even recognize it, and you don't even feel it anymore until you've been stomped on. And after you've been stomped on, you can look and see, oh my goodness, I'm free. Be bound.
Yes, sir. You in the house.
I used to be bound, but now I'm free. And many times you don't even realize that you're free.
Yes, sir.
You know what happened? I'm going to tell you a quick story. I know you keep standing up, but let me just sit down. You're making me nervous. Let me just tell you one thing. Let me just tell you this one. Woo! I feel this thing burning down my heart. Listen, when I was in the 3rd grade, we went on a class trip to the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. It's my favorite thing to see the elephants. I used to ask my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Garish. That's my 3rd grade teacher's name. I said, Miss Garish, there's an elephant over there, and the back leg was tied to a rope, and the other end of the rope was tied to a stake that was driven into the ground. And I said, it was a baby elephant. And I said, Miss Garish, what's that about? She said, that's so that the baby elephant won't run away, won't get away from the masters of the circus. But on the other side of the arena, there was a great big adult elephant who was tied to the same rope, tied to the same stake in the ground. I said, no, Miss Garish, look at this big elephant. Certainly, that elephant can break free. Miss Garish said, Milton, great observation. When that big elephant was a baby elephant, he was tied to the stick in the ground. And the baby elephant is not strong enough to get free. But he's been tied up so long that he doesn't know that he's strong enough now to break free. I came all the way from Pastoral, Long Island, just to tell you this afternoon, you've been tied up long enough, and you're strong enough now, because you've taken the shaking, and you've taken the beating, and you've taken the stomping, and now you've been separated enough to be free. Let me just tell you this last part. And so the last part of the process of winnowing and sifting is they would have to, remember I said it had to be done on a windy day. They would take each corner of the threshing floor and lift it in the air. And the wheat and tare would go up in the air together. And the wind would carry away the chaff, would carry away the tare. That's why the song said, let our enemies be as chaff before the wind. I love the song because that means that what has grown with you all this time, what has been attached to you all this time, minister, is lightweight. I'm trying to keep myself together up here. I'm trying to tell you that what you think is holding you down is not even heavy enough to hold you down. You got to let the Lord take you through the process of sifting. The devil meant it for evil, but God meant it for your good. Let work together. The devil thought he had you, but the God that I serve, he's the kind of God that will take what the devil meant to destroy you, and he'll use what the devil meant to destroy you to give you life. So let the devil sift you. Sometimes the devil has you right where God wants you to be. See, the devil ain't nothing but a dog on a chain. See?
My God.
See, sometimes when you get out of line, the Lord will let the devil come upon you. But just before the devil can latch its jaws onto you, here comes God with the chain. Devil can't do nothing to you that God doesn't allow. So here's the best part of the text. And I'm going to my seat.
Thank you, Jesus.
Satan had a desire to have you, that he might sift you as wheat. But then the next verse said, but I have prayed for you. It's one thing for your mama to say, baby, I'm praying for you. I tell you, I feel encouraged. It's another thing for your pastor to tell you, sweetheart, I'm praying for you. It'll make you feel encouraged. But when Jesus himself said, don't you worry about the devil, because I prayed for you. But the Bible says that he's ascended unto the Father, and he sat down at the right hand, and he's forever making intercession for you and I. So Jesus is saying, God, don't let the devil get him. Jesus is saying, Father, don't let him fall by the wayside. This is the best part about the text, doctor. He says, I prayed for you that your faith fail not. If it were me, I'd have said, Jesus, thank you for the prayer. But if you're going to pray that I don't have to go through. Then you ain't got to worry about my faith failing. And this is the condition of the body of Christ. We all want to be exalted, but we don't want to go through nothing. Everybody wants to be a rock that the gates of hell cannot prevail against, but nobody wants to be sifted. Nobody wants to be beaten and battered and tossed up to the wind. Jesus said, I prayed for you that your faith fail not. Now remember, I told you the first scripture seemed to be like a prophecy to Peter. The gates of hell shall not prevail against you. What he did not realize, and what I didn't realize, is the second one is a prophecy too. Yes, Satan has decided to have you sift you as wheat, but you done focused on the negative. He said, but I pray for you that your faith fail not. And then he said, when thou art converted. You missed it. I saw it go past you. He didn't say if you get converted. He said, when thou art converted, strengthen the brethren. He said, you're getting ready to go through, but it's not going to take you over. You're getting ready to go under, but it's not going, you're not going to stay there. This is not going to be your circumstance always. And when? Oh, I wish somebody had helped me prophesy this. Look at your neighbor, tell them, just say when. It's not a matter of if, it's when. It's going to happen, elder. It's going to happen. You are not shocked. It's going to happen. And when, strengthen the brethren. You're going to be broken.
Yes, sir.
But you're going to be broken for purpose. I'll take it a step further. Jesus is saying, I'm not only going to allow you to be broken for purpose, I'm going to break you on purpose. He said there's something in you that needs to be exposed. And Jesus says to Peter, when you converted, strengthen brother, you're getting ready to be broken, Peter, but I tell you what, I'll go first. The scripture said, on the same night that Jesus was betrayed, he took bread and he broke it. He said, this is my body, which was broken for purpose. My purpose is you. I was broken for you. Here's the purpose of being broken. Like the bread, like the body, like the wheat, it is broken up to be distributed. You want to be a leader? You got to be broken so that God can distribute, so that God can hand you out. He said you are the head, not the tail. That you're above, not beneath. That you're the lender, not the borrower. You want to be a lender? You got to be a distribution center. Jesus said, don't worry. I'm not asking you to do anything that I'm not willing to do. He said, I'll do it first. I'll be broken first. The best thing that you can do for God, best thing you can do for your pastor is grow up. And take your breaking. Don't you let the breaking stop you from coming to Bible study. Don't you let the breaking stop you from praying. Don't you let the breaking stop you from serving in the house of God.
Thank you, Lord.
Pastor, we haven't known each other very long. I'm real cool with your son. But I would imagine, I feel free enough to say this. I feel free enough to say this, Pastor. You didn't get this far without being broken. But if it had not been for the breaking, where would you be? If the Lord didn't break you, you'd still be rooted in the ground that you don't belong in. You'd still be attached to that which has held you down. I believe the sub-theme is strengthening the leader. You want to strengthen him?
Yes.
Be broken.
Yes, Lord. My God.
Glory. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Lord, love and save such that we have a broken spirit, contrite heart. The Lord will not despise. Lift your hands if you'll make a new declaration to say, Lord, break me so that you can hand me out. Oh, come on now. Say it again. Break me, Lord, so that you can hand me out. Break me so that I can strengthen the brethren. If you receive the word of the Lord, clap your hands and give the Lord praise. Hallelujah. 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 Break me, Jesus. Break me down. Break me. Destroy what's not like you. Take away the evil attachments. Take away every soul tie. Move away that which is not like you. That which will hinder me from doing your will. Break me. It's going to hurt, but do it anyway, Lord. It's going to hurt, but do it anyway. Break me. Oh, Baba, shut up. Muramando, Saya. Thank you, Jesus. I want to tell somebody in this room today that it feels impossible right now. Oh, but eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, my brother. Neither has it entered into the heart of any man or woman the things that God has in store for you. I believe that in the coming days, in the coming weeks, in the coming months, that the Lord is going to take your desire for Him. I'm sorry, Pastor Kenneth. I believe the Lord is going to take your desire for Him to an entirely different level. I believe, I love you today. I believe that the Lord is going to reveal Himself to you in a way that you've never experienced before. Am I free to speak to you this way? I believe, I don't know you, I don't think we've ever met officially. But I believe I can sense the calling of God on your life. Everybody's not going to be back behind the desk. Everybody. But I believe that there is a mighty calling on your life. And it doesn't, maybe it takes a spiritual eye to be able to see it on you. But I'm telling you, the hand of the Lord is on your life. I believe that there are those that are attached to you that are waiting for the manifestation of the Son of God that you are meant to be. I got scripture to back that up. The creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. There is another yes that the Lord requires from you, my brother. And there are people who are waiting for you to say yes to God. 100%. I'm not saying that you haven't said yes already. I'm saying there's another yes. Sometimes we say yes on our level and on our terms. Sometimes we say yes on our terms. We say, okay, Lord, I'm going to do what you say up to this point. And sometimes that's as far as we can see. But God is saying, you have no idea. There's a limitless sky that I'm calling you to. He said, there are people, I see the Lord putting you before thousands of people. I meant to just preach and be seated. I see the Lord putting you before thousands of people.
Oh God, thank you, Jesus.
Now you tell me if I'm wrong. If you absolutely know that this ain't God, you just tell me right now, I'll shut up and I'll leave the message where it is. I'll stop while I'm ahead. But I see the Lord putting you before thousands of people, and not necessarily in the way that others would place you there. But I see the Lord using you to bless the broken. I see the Lord using you to comfort those who just don't know what to do in their brokenness. The Lord's going to show you what to do, my brother. Somebody put your hand, Francois, come on, put your hands to it and say, eyes have not seen. Oh, come on now, prophesy to him, say, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the things that God has prepared for Francois. Now come on, let's give God praise. There, I feel the presence of the Lord. He's here to deliver and to set free. He's here to mend the broken heart. He's here. He's here to mend the broken heart. He's here. Oh, come on, just say it. He's here. Bless the name of Jesus. Another level of anointing, I pray. Another level of anointing. You've been faithful over a few things, and the Lord is going to make you ruler over many. You've climbed incrementally, but God says you're getting ready to take a large leap. The Lord says He's going to skip you ahead of the steps that you've put before yourself.
Thank you, Lord.
He said, those were your steps, not mine. He said, I'm going to skip you ahead of where you thought you were going next. There's a great anointing that He's calling you to, and He's getting ready to make it manifest in your life. In Jesus' name.
Thank you, Lord.
Bless the name of Jesus.
Bless your name.
Pastor, if I would be free, I'd like to lift the offering. Is that okay? I know that I'm a guest, and this is my first time here with you, and I know that I don't want to be cast as the guy that nobody knew and came and took up all the time and kept you out here all night. But and I don't know what your obligations are financially in the house already. But I feel led, and I'd like to be a blessing in a very tangible way to your pastor. Amen. Now, I don't know if you've already received. You haven't done that yet. Amen. So, Pastor, how should I do this?
That was my yes, the paper, sir. Come on, let's say preach on this. District missionary.
Amen.
It's the height, the companion, and everyone in the household of faith. Amen. If not, our hearts burn. Amen. What he said, you shouldn't mind being stomped out, slapped around. Amen, somebody, because it's all lightweight. Amen, somebody. So we bless God, amen, for this young man. Amen. We're going to come combine, amen, our offering with this offering. Is that all right? Amen. So, amen, all those that will be submitting their tithing and their offering in addition to the offering that our elder is having, amen, we can do all that at once. Amen. Let's do all that experience.